What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance. This is season 8, episode 2, and the title of this episode is Shame on You. So let's start off with Brandon, who is one of our newbies. He's 27 years old. Again, he's a pest technician from Virginia that lives with his parents. He is a mama's boy, okay? So we pick back up with Brandon riding in the car with his parents in the back seat with his Game Boy and in his car seat to go pick up Julia, right, from the airport. And once they finally get to the airport, Brandon's mom is more nervous than Brandon. She is more nervous than Brandon. This is like, she's making comments like she's getting goosebumps and we've been waiting forever for this. And his mama even made sure she wore some heels. So the mama done took out the heels in the closet and is dressed to impress, ready to meet Julia. So when Julia kissed Brandon like 50 times, I was like, okay, did you really miss him that much, or are you just avoiding having to like greet the parents? Because I mean, she just kept kissing him and tonguing him down, and it was just like, girl, okay, like y'all can save that for later, but you're at the airport. It was a little excessive. I don't know, comment down below your thoughts. But again, like I said, I feel like she was just trying to avoid having to speak to his parents. So she finally does run over to hug his parents. And the producer is a hot mess, okay? Because she said to Brandon right in front of his parents, who's the #1 woman in your life? It was something along the lines of that. If you remember verbatim, like comment down below. Brandon could not even respond. He couldn't even pick. He felt like, oh my gosh, if I say the wrong thing, I'm gonna be out of there. So let me just act like I don't understand and dance around it. But Julia's looking at him like, you supposed to say me? And the mama's like, well, I hope the answer is both. Like, it was just a hot mess. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's move right along to Mike, who is 35, which we know Mike from last season. He's from Washington, Sequim, Washington. So Natalie is not comfortable with Uncle Bo living in the house. So Mike made a difficult decision to have him move out. It was definitely emotional and hard for the both of them. You can tell in the scene. And you can tell in the scene his Uncle Bo was getting choked up. And then also Mike felt horrible, but Mike did ensure that he had somewhere else to live. So what are your thoughts on this situation? Do you feel that he should be having his uncle move out, being that his relationship with Natalie is so rocky? Comment below. Now, on the flip side, they show Natalie is going to the airport and her mom goes to see her off. And she says that she's excited but nervous, while her mother, on the other hand, seems to be pretty optimistic about her daughter and Mike's relationship. Because she doesn't really speak English, she don't know really what's been going on. She still don't really know what was going on when Mike came to visit. I think she would be feeling, as a parent, she would be feeling a lot different about just releasing her daughter to go and be with this man in America. She really truly knew or understood what they've been through. So her mother also expresses the distance is going to be difficult because Natalie and her mama have been basically tied at the hip. She lived with her mom. So I understand how it's going to be a little bit different, but her daughter needs to learn these hard lessons of life. This is going to all be a lesson, I feel like. I don't see it working out, but it's definitely going to be a lesson if they're open to receiving that and making some changes moving forward in life. Now, comment down below your thoughts on Mike and Natalie, and let's move on to Tariq. So this is the first night that they introduced Tarik. We know him from 90 Day, him and Hazel. Tarik is 46 years old. And y'all, Tarik is back and he hasn't given up on his rap career. He gives us a brief on how he met Hazel. And he expresses the most important person in his life is his daughter. Now, in this scene, he also video chats with Hazel. And it seems as though Hazel is a bit more comfortable and outgoing in this scene. Okay, also, because we know her being a little more quiet, reserved, a little timid, but she seems like she's coming out of her shell a little bit. And also, I was thinking to myself, Tariq has to be taking really good care of this girl because she even filled out some. She's not as petite, and she did put on the extra weight, but it does look good on her. The extra weight, she does look, you know, more full in the face. So Hazel mentions on the slide if Tariq knows where to take her to find a girlfriend. So now we on this. Now, this is going to be their storyline. I don't know how in the world this relationship is going to work, and I'm truly surprised that Tarik is even entertaining her request. I mean, are you that desperate and that pressed to have somebody? You've been taking care of this girl. She hasn't even made it here yet, and she's already trying to add someone else into y'all equation. So comment down below your thoughts on that, and let's move on to Rebecca, who is 49. Now, Rebecca is another familiar face. We're used to seeing her and Zied. Now, in a few days, Zied will have his interview that will determine if he'll get approved. In this scene, she catches up with her old boss when she worked as a PI. And her friend says that she has her suspicions of Zied and feels responsible to be Rebecca's eyes and ears. When Rebecca brings up Zied's name, her friend isn't trying to hear. She's kind of like huffing and puffing and a little bit rolling her eyes. And she also even brings up the fact that she's like, Rebecca, you remember when I did the background check on him? And like the fact that he had no work history? There are a lot of things that were red flags to her friend, but for Rebecca, she's pretty much brushed over those things. So she tells Rebecca that she is sacrificing too much and needs to be with someone who is taking care of her. Rebecca says that if it turns out that she is wrong about Zied, she doesn't know if she'll be able to trust her judgment again or date again. And I think that's a bit extreme, okay? I think that she should just date someone in America that is stable and already has their own. Someone that, you know, she won't have to take care of, like he's her child. He's not even that far in age from her son. So it's like, you know, this isn't the best route for her to be going. That's the lesson. The lesson is the first time when she married old boy, didn't even know him long, and he ended up using her tail. And then, so now you're repeating the same thing. So you haven't learned the lesson. So I guess the lesson is always going to continue to present itself until you pass the test. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Jovi. So Jovi has upgraded some things to make it more comfortable for Yara's arrival, but he's not too sure that Yara will be happy. Yara's complaining about every single thing once they get home, and then they get into it a bit because Yara doesn't want to go out. Now, Jovi wanted to hit Bourbon Street and introduce Yara to his friends. I will say that the place could have been a bit more clean and more tidy for someone coming in. He could have straightened up the place, but this is what he's used to, and he's just not that type of dude. So I think while she was trying to score a green card and get her tail down here, you know, and faking pregnancies and stuff, what she should have been doing was making sure that, you know, he was a man that liked to keep up on his space. You know what I'm saying? Is he tidy, or does he look at stuff and say, well, I'll get to it later? Like, basically that's what he's doing. You should be trying to see if this man is husband material, but no, that wasn't your focus. Your focus was getting whatever you could get out of him, traveling the world, getting a green card, acting like, faking like you pregnant so the man would propose. That was your mindset. So you get what you get. You get what you get. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Mike and Natalie. So Mike heads to the airport, and on the way he speaks to his mom over the phone for advice and words of wisdom. And his mom isn't really for this relationship that he has with Natalie. It seems like because she's privy to the drama and the problems that they've had in the past. Now, moving on, once he gets to the airport and he spots Natalie, he greets her with flowers. And Natalie is very vocal about how she doesn't like the flowers, and she doesn't like the color of the flowers. And I was like, dang, girl, like, just be grateful. Be grateful for the kind gesture. She's another complainer like Yara, I feel like. And I feel like she just nitpicks at every single thing. Every single thing. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Brandon. Y'all, his mom is acting like she is a parent supervisor for her son's school trip or something. Like this is a field trip. Because her mother has made dinner reservations and told them that they have 5 minutes to freshen up and so that they can go out and have dinner. But 30 minutes later, here comes Julia and Brandon. And at this dinner, his mom uses that opportunity to tell Julia that they have rules and that they can't share a room under their roof. Now, if looks could kill, okay, because the way Brandon was looking at his mom and his parents, And Brandon and Julia, they both like kind of laugh and joke it off, and they're like, yeah, well, we could just go and get married tonight type of thing. This somehow opens the door for the mom to mention the whole birth control thing. And it was downhill from there. You know, he sat there, he couldn't say anything, and the dad is like, well, you do agree with your mom, don't you? And Brandon's like, yeah, well, yeah, I understand it. I don't agree with it. And then Julia's looking at him like, aren't you gonna stand up? Like, this is gonna be a major conflict, and I can't wait to see the drama unfold with this family. Okay, comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Rebecca. So Rebecca goes to a game store to buy Zied a gaming system, and she actually thinks that it's cute and is so proud when telling the people who work at the store that that's her boyfriend. At 2 a.m. in the morning, they fast forward, Rebecca is still up with a full face of makeup when she should be asleep, but says that she wishes that she could be there with Zied holding his hand. Rebecca has all these personalized items. I mean, Zied's face is on everything. He's on her credit card. She has a blanket on her bed with his face on it, you know, a picture right beside her bed. I'm like, obsessed much? Like, very obsessed. It's like, then when she had went to the gym to work out with her friends, she had a flipping shirt with his face on it. It's like, really, it's just too much. So I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance. This is part 1 of season 8, episode 2. Again, the title of this episode is Shame on You. Comment down below your thoughts on this episode. Give this video a big thumbs up for me, and share with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified on the next time I make an upload. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.